How does the EEO investigate systemic workplace discrimination cases? Imagine a workplace where unfair treatment isn't just a one-time thing but happens across many departments and affects lots of employees. That's what systemic discrimination is all about. When the Equal Employment Opportunity Commission looks into these cases, they follow a clear set of steps to find out what's really going on. It all starts when someone files a charge of discrimination. This can be an individual or a group who believes their rights have been violated based on race, sex, religion, age, disability, or other protected traits. Sometimes, the EEO spots a pattern on its own through monitoring or data analysis. Once a charge is received or identified, the agency reviews it to see if it falls under their authority and involves protected groups. If it does, they notify the employer and ask for a response. Employers usually have about 10 days to reply. They need to acknowledge the charge and send in documents like employee records, policies, and data on hiring, promotions, or disciplinary actions. This helps the EEO understand the context and gather initial facts. Next, an investigator is assigned to the case. Their job is to collect evidence objectively. They review all submitted documents, analyze workforce data for disparities, and interview employees, managers, and witnesses. They look for patterns, such as repeated complaints or policies that unfairly target certain groups. The depth of this investigation depends on how complex the allegations are. The EEO emphasizes fairness and thoroughness. Investigators are trained to evaluate credibility and avoid conflicts of interest. They also consider workplace culture and practices to see if bias is built into the system. If the situation is serious, temporary measures like changing reporting lines or placing employees on leave might be taken to prevent further harm while the investigation continues. After gathering all the facts, the EEO makes a decision. If they find enough evidence to believe discrimination happened, they try to resolve it through a process called conciliation. This is a voluntary effort where the employer and employees work out a settlement. If that doesn't work, the EEO can file a lawsuit to enforce the law. If the investigation finds no cause, the EEO issues a notice to the complainant. They can then choose to pursue a private lawsuit if they wish. Sometimes, the EEO continues investigating even after issuing this notice, but that's less common. For employers, understanding this process is key. When notified of a charge, they should respond quickly, gather all relevant records, and cooperate fully. Keeping good records of policies, complaints, and actions taken can help show compliance. Regularly reviewing workplace practices and training staff on discrimination laws can also prevent systemic issues from developing. In the end, the EEO's investigation process helps ensure fairness in the workplace. It acts as a neutral party to uncover patterns of unfair treatment and enforce the laws that protect employees from systemic discrimination.